Hello there, welcome back to another Bannerlord video. This is my custom sandbox. I think we're on like episode 7. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of commentary on some of the battles. I'm finally getting into some bigger wars here. So this should be easy. What I'm going to do is no siege engines. No siege equipment, we're just going in. I'm just gonna set up, nothing special here, I'm just gonna place people around. Just gonna give people some cover. Most likely just gonna send a full charge here because we outnumber them. Not only that, I've got all high tier troops. These are all tier 5 and 6. Elite troops like full armored knights, elite Spartans with thunder javelins and muskets and mages, or musketeers I should say. And these guys are peasants, so this will basically be easy. Right in the mullet. Oh, ooh, nice shot, right in the face. Just trying to clear the way just a little bit. Some of our troops are getting blasted here. I should have sent the charge and covered them, but I just kind of forgot there. Oh, that was Braveheart over there. That was some Braveheart music that was just playing too. Or it sounded like it, I should say. Today's Age of Empires soundtrack. Age of Empire 3. One of my favorite games, and that game has given me a lot of inspiration for this overhaul. So as you saw, the English soldier, the musketeer. So we got, what should I say, troops from all different ages. And as you level up, you get more advanced, and there's knights, musketeers, and you know, everything from tribal all the way up to musketeer. So if you like the look of this overhaul I've done, which is it's a huge mod list. I've got them all shared in the description, and I don't know if it'll be the next video or maybe the video after that. I'm going to show how to get one of these set up for yourself, and I'm going to talk about the mods I use and how to get things started and how to use some of these mods. And basically you could do anything you want with the troops. I intended on having a historical Age of Empire playthrough, and then I was gonna do like this Age of Mythology with all these like legendary and mythical Lord of the Rings, Elden Ring, Warhammer, all that type of stuff. But what I did was I just ended up blending them all together, which made it real easy for me to design troops because there was no limits. But I took inspiration from different games and different times in history. So I'm playing here as Hercules, who's got this Lion Knight get up here. So we got a Highlander with some Viking warriors and samurai. So it's a pretty, my team is always a fellowship. I got all troops from all different cultures. But these are all the highest tier troops from my garrison, and we're going on a rampage. So what I did was I started a war with Landia because I've been paying tribute with them since I lost the last skirmish with the diplomacy mod. So the only way to get out of my payment is to win a battle against them. Oh, look at that army. Now this is the type of battle I've been waiting for. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to face them in the open because you saw how many English musketeer soldiers they got. So facing them in the open is not fun at all. Large groups of mages or musketeers can be a real pain to deal with, and the only way to really combat such a thing is to have your own wave of musketeers and mages. So those musket lines really come in handy because that eliminates friendly fire, which the AI really just doesn't mind blasting their own teammates. So we're outnumbered really heavy here. What is it? About 2,500 versus 500. So that's 5 to 1. As always, I start with low tier troops on the field, and then we get the end game advantage with high tier troops versus their low tier. I don't know that that's necessarily the best way to minimize casualties, but this is my way of putting these low tier guys to work.
Follow me!
And then saving my high tier troops for the emergencies. That way my high tier troops aren't going to be getting sniped off the wall by the incoming muskets and mages. And so what I'm going to do here in this round is I'm going to set up this, what would I call this little, this ring of death here that separates the gates. This is where I'm going to stage my main defense, and then we only got to block these two sections. And so I might even invite them in the front door on a scenario like this. Because sometimes, man, these teams, the warfare is completely different. Like, it's a little more explosive. It's a lot more chaotic, a lot of projectiles. It's a little bit more like castle sieges would have been during the Napoleonic Wars, with cannons and rifles and things like that. People on this map got blunderbusses, flintlocks, muskets. That's basically our cap. We don't have any repeaters or revolvers though. We keep it at single shot weapons with like a variety of troops, from like bandits to pirates and all kinds of different musketeers. I'm going to be adding some more. I just got a couple new mods and I can't wait to show everybody what I got in store. But here I am. I'm just trying to use my free cam to give you guys a little bit of a cinematic view. But to me, this is a badass battlefield that I like to be on. It's got that Age of Empires feel with all these different era troops from different civilizations. That was one of my favorite games, Age of Empires 3. expansion that had the what was called War Chiefs and Ancient Dynasties. So you had like native, Aztec, Mayan, Japanese, Chinese, English and French and all these different types of soldiers all fighting in for one map. But I also got this like Diablo 2 type stuff going on with mages and legendary super items, I guess. For freedom! So I'm actually kind of excited to do the next behind the scenes because I got a good idea of what I'm gonna do. I might work on that tonight, right after this video here. So it's on realistic AI challenging, or difficulty I should say, and then my troops are on 100% damage, and then I'm reduced to 50 because with some of these characters have insta-kill items, and if I reduce it to 50 there's a chance I could survive a few hits. There's something about an insta-kill which just is really frustrating. I try to get rid of that. And what I got is everybody on the map has a slight heal on kill. Heroes have a major heal on kill, which makes them have the ability to last like a whole battle. The enemy heroes actually have more. So as long as they're landing hits, they will stay alive. But for regular troops, it's only like a very small % chance to heal. I think it's 1 or 2% on a hit, and then 5% on a kill. But what that is just like I call it a momentum factor put into the RPG statistics. Like, so the team that's getting kills and wins is going to be getting amped up, and they'll be able to fight longer than if they weren't getting kills. And I got a whole bunch of other battle mods, but I'll have to talk more about that on the next on the behind the scenes video I'm gonna do. So this is where I gotta be careful not to nuke my own team. But as you see, they got these legendary what are those guys? Those guys are kind of like Nazgul here, the Imperial Fallen. They're Nazgul, like super beings, and then they got these horned Templar knights, which are really powerful, and even all these knights are super high tiers. So I got to get as many kills as I can before they overwhelm us. So the last thing you want is to be surrounded by these guys. Oh, pierced one of my teammates there. I got this Thunder Javelin here, all my Spartan heroes, and I believe the Imperial Royal Guard have these as well, which means the other armies are made up of them as well. So those are basically an insta-kill weapon, and there's a few of those on the map. So things can be difficult if you're not paying attention. Certain troops can take you out in a hurry, but there's a huge difference between like a low level and a high level. I'm just moving the troops around. We're gonna keep them stuck in this door as long as we can. But what I like doing is alternating this front row. What I'm going to do is I create a little bit of a box for them to walk into. See, that's a lot of knights, that's no joke. Also, I figured out my settings. Oh, look at that, it was taken out. I finally figured out my settings, how to get my game to run without any lag issues. But for me, obviously having this many mods, it's going to change things. But I was getting 1,800 troops on the battlefield. So my newest videos, which are like a couple days from being released, because I have some old footage to get over. But my newest videos are going to be gigantic battles, and everything appears to be running smooth. And then I'll tell you how I did that in the next video if you tune into that. I'm going to go over the config settings and how to set up your own game like this. Now I'm Leonidas, who's also been like knighted. All my characters since like when I started. Oh, now I'm Maximus. When I started, all my characters kind of had traditional armor, similar to their era and stuff. Like I obviously can't make it perfect because of I'm limited by the mods. But they all kind of had recognizable traditional gear, but I've upgraded them obviously for what would you call it, stats and defense and all that. So a lot of characters have been knighted and upgraded. And basically to match the fellowship, everybody's kind of knighted under Merlin and Arthur. That's why Hercules has got his Lion Knight set up, and some of these guys are wearing more knighted gear than their normal gear. Yeah, see these royal Imperial Royal Guards, I called them. They're total fantasy, like mythical character. They're kind of like a knighted Spartan elite. That's why we're kicking so much ass. Some of them have, 1 out of 4 will have that insta-kill weapon. And now they're sending in their bowmen, or their ranged fighters. Man, I'm getting my ass whipped today. That guy had, if you saw, he had a mystical pole arm in his hand. Those things do like 200 damage. So this character is like based on Wonder Woman. Like the foundation of my fellowship, like it started with Hercules and Amazons, and then I kept adding new characters. And I've been playing this for a long time, and I still got a lot of life left in it, which is incredible to me that it's a game with this many mods has lasted. But part of that is how you set it up. It's the troubleshooting is the part that, oh damn, I smoked one of my elite guards. The important thing is like making sure the mods will run at the basic level. And like when it comes to building troops, actually, you know what, I won't bore you this time with that. I'm gonna go into that next episode, when I'm actually building my troops. See, these mid-level guys are even pretty heavy-duty. A lot of knights, kind of these Templar-looking English knights. I think this character that I am is like based on Wonder Woman. I got like a few like Amazons on my team, like Xena and this one and the Amazon Queen. Alright, I'm going to set up some archers back here. Maybe they can get some free shots. I should have set them up like where I put my shield wall on one side and then let the archers hit a flank shot as they stream in, but the problem is I didn't want all those knights to overwhelm us. Because like with the damage overhaul, things kind of happen a little different, and heavily knighted guys are really hard to kill unless you got a mystical blade.
Archers! Line up! Raise your shields!
See, it's about time to send that full charge. I would almost never send a charge unless they're at the end of their troop supply. Oh shit, they got a few troops left. They're starting to pour into this back door finally. I wish there was a way to stop those. You know how when you first start the game and then the troops all run, archers just start running into position. I wish there was a way to stop that, because I would actually prefer putting everybody in here and fighting from this defense, but then my troops always like slowly trickle out and get picked off the wall. So even though I got 100 mods on here, maybe more I guess, by now it's getting to like 103 or something, because I just recently added a few. Even though it's still, this is still Bannerlord 100%. it's just like, you know, it's just like having an RBM or playing like Eagle Rising. And you'd be amazed at how much fun it is to just have control over creating your troops and making your own companions and naming them. Makes a huge difference for the immersion and the fellowship. Like really, you could do a Lord of the Rings fellowship quite easily by changing names, adjusting heights, appearance, and then getting the right items. I went with making this like historical fellowship with like King Arthur and Merlin and Hercules and Braveheart and some of these other characters who have these chosen one / prophecy type movies about them. Kind of a crazy idea, but I think I wanted to do that because I didn't want to have like a bunch of random, what do you call it, like a fellowship of random companions. And I didn't want to do Lord of the Rings. I wanted to do something like 100% unique. And I thought, like, who would be a good super powered character? So I went with like, I was gonna start with this like Hercules and Xena idea because those shows were like, those were really big shows when I was a kid. And I kind of like how they did the whole mythical blending into one realm, which is often what happens with these old stories. So I ended up kind of doing the same thing and kept adding new characters. I've added historical like military leaders to the map as well. Although I haven't seen any of them yet, there is like Napoleon, Genghis Khan, Attila the Hun, Vlad the Impaler, William the Conqueror. You know, the list keeps going on and on. I've got all these characters that came from the Deadliest Warrior show, and then a couple others who didn't quite make it onto the show. There's like a Viking dude. Also now I'm Joan of Arc. Now Joan of Arc here has probably got some of the coolest armor.
Get close!
On the game here, female characters and female companions are super fast. Like not only at running, but the attack speed is really hard to deal with. Like I've noticed it when I fight them in tournaments. What I'm trying to do is just slow down how fast they trickle in up that ladder. To me, this battle's pretty much done. They do got some medium tier troops, but I'm still gonna play it safe and try to pick off some of these guys. They do still outnumber us quite a bit. Shit. Holy shit. Okay, I've got myself in a bad situation here. I put my fellowship in danger. What I should have done is played it a little more safe, or at least waited for that volley of troops. So I might lose a few troops for that mistake. What I'm going to do is get a couple of kills though as my troops retreat. Like what you want to do is usually you want to hit the person that's attacking your troops and not the ones at the back, if that makes sense. Like, so if you got to pile up, there's the front line, and then you'll have oh, I'm taken out again. You want to get the troops on the front line, not the ones behind the front line or at the back, and you might be able to get more kills that way. But if you attack that front line, what you're doing is you're killing soldiers who are outputting damage, not ones who are just standing in line, and you'll be stun locking, and you'll be saving your troops' lives so they can get more hits, meaning they'll be able to heal more. So like when I was in that situation and I got them to retreat, like what you want to do is attack those guys who are trying to hit your troops retreating. And there's only one line here, so I can attack their front line from the flank, free shots. Got snagged again. I think at this point we our troops are so much stronger than theirs that we can actually stand to fight them out here. Because by now we probably got my best troops out right now. Yep, these guys got only chainmail, easy to pierce through. Ooh, cross-check, whammy. I find that cross-check comes in handy right there, block and then cross-check. Doesn't always work, but it's a good way to create a bit of space. all those low tier troops are no match. I think when I become this soldier too, I might get that heal on kill. Because technically I'm now a troop. Now's the time to send that full charge. Look at all the green. I shall smite thee down by the power of the mods, you fool! Yeah!
On my flank!
Still pouring in. Yeah, this would have been a nice battle to have everybody maxed out on the field. They had 1800 instead of, I think this one's only like 600. So it really makes these battles like these long drawn out survival matches. It is fun, but it kind of, as far as cinematically, you know, it makes these fights really long to get through. So my newest ones are going to be a lot quicker, a lot more fast paced with a lot more troops on the field. These ones can be fun though. It's a lot more like, a lot more personal. If the battles are smaller, you and your companions get to get in on the battle a lot more. I've had some where like they're only coming in like 100 at a time. It's actually pretty fun. So then you get to run out like Aragorn fighting the orcs and actually get some parries and dismemberments. Finally sent them back to the minor leagues. That was a fairly long battle, but anytime you can minimize how many funnels they can get through, it'll make it a lot easier to battle them. Because that initial wave where Hercules was using the spear with the low level troops and companions, that's what won me the battle. Because if those wave of knights actually all got in, we'd be in some deep shit. Look at them, they lost 1400 plus 1300 wounded. That was a slaughter. So I got this video, I believe it's the next one, where I actually get to display the full power of the mods in a defeat, and I'm going to share it because it was a bit of a cool video, and it'll display how dangerous these troops actually are. So my initial plan for this here is going to be to use this. You see how there's that funnel in between those two houses? This is going to be my keep, and we're going to fight our way out just a little bit. Like I'll send some troops out there to battle that initial wave, but once we're getting overwhelmed, everyone's going to be pulled back to here, where we can easily defend that one funnel. And you can see there's archers set up everywhere. So I mean, they'll be lucky even to make it to our entrance to the funnel. We got archers on that wall, and this also on this stage right here. That archer placement is huge. You got like these automated archers, but you really want to have good positions where your archers are actually going to hit the incoming targets without being hit themselves by like musketeers, mages, and other archers and crossbowmen. So you see, like, all these archers I got back here will not be hit by the incoming riflemen. Instead, they're gonna wait until the melee troops are on the wall, then they're gonna unload fire on them. So I got this first shield wall, which is gonna clog the funnel, and then we're gonna have these guys behind in more of a dynamic position, like a line. Because the shield wall won't move, but a line will. They will use footwork and they'll walk forward and take a shot. So we got that line behind our shield with spearmen behind that line, and then archers covering them in their flank and from the roof as well. Or not the roof, but from above. And as you can see, this lethal onslaught of troops from all different areas coming up. This is what I was trying to go for, some sort of chaotic battlefield that resembles modern warfare, but it's still medieval Bannerlord. We got like Renaissance fighters and, you know, people from all eras, but the end game was to get these chaotic, explosive fights. So what happened was, if my main character gets knocked out in the first battle, I don't get to return for the second as not even as another companion. So what you could do is, I like to use the RTS to view the battle, that way I can still control troops and I don't have to rely on just the statistics. We can actually use technical advantages. Sometimes it's hard to set up with this free camera. I'm trying to get some like different cinematic angles here. And I would do some editing and stuff, but you know, it's just a lot of work. So I'm trying to do it like all in one take. So sorry if it's a little wonky. It just takes me a second to kind of get the angle I want. We're roughly even strength now. However, we got far better troops. And actually, just my archers here, my samurai and con guard, are basically cleaning house here on the wall. Nice block. Oh, he finally went down. The Asian team, which is like the Asian Dynasty team, it's got like Japanese and Chinese troops all on the Khuzait team. They got basically mystical blades. They output a shitload of damage, both with bows and polearms and swords. Every team's kind of got like their own theme and they're more or less divided into continents. Like I said, Khuzait is Asia, you know, the Empire is like Greek. They got some conquistador troops as well. So some of the troops have just been, you know, some of the armies have just been put here or there. We got England. English army has joined Finlandia, obviously, and French army has joined Sturgia just because of the color match. Every team has got like their own strengths and weaknesses, which is like was designed by me. Actually, I wish I could help people to play this to try it out, but unfortunately, there's just too many. It's too big of a mod list. But instead what I'm going to do is I'd rather show you how to set up your own, and that's what one of my next videos is going to be about. It's like where to start. And we'll see if anybody finds it interesting. If so, then I'll keep like progressing with that. Because what I'm going to do is start a brand new series, or not a brand new series, a brand new sandbox. And I'm going to show you what to do with the mod list and everything right from the very start, right from starting a brand new sandbox and creating your character. I'm going to go through that, and then I'm going to show you what mods to install first, and then how to use those mods. And then I'm going to save that campaign, so if anybody wants to see more, I'll just keep building on it, and every episode will just be a new tutorial on how to use the mods and how to set up new troops and these different things. And I think the most important part is troubleshooting, which is something not a lot of people really want to do, but it's the most important thing you could do when building something like this. And I'm just going to show you how I do it. And it's actually not too hard. If you just put on a show or something, or a podcast while it's loading, well, then it's not so bad. Because that's the only way to know if it's going to work, is you got to load up a new game. Or not a new game, but you got to go through loading screens. You got to load your game, make sure it's going to run. And then you got to do different things. You got to check on town, make sure the shops are working, you know, buy some troops. Doing some things like that can really let you know if your mod's going to work. And like an example is, if you got a mod that changes your smithy, what you're going to want to do is open up the smithy and make sure everything is working there. If you got item imports, what you might want to do is use cheats to equip them onto a character and then load up a game, see if it's going to run. But generally speaking, when items load, like if your game doesn't crash on load, it's most likely gonna work. So I've decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some videos without commentary. Just in case, you know, you might want to watch without me yakking the whole time, but I'm also gonna break down some of the styles and techniques that I use to win these battles. Which maybe you'll learn something new. Like I'm not an expert or anything, but I do got a couple techniques that I've stolen from like Deadliest Warrior, which are pretty basic and they work on every battle, so I'll definitely get into some of that, and then some mods and configs. Get a Raven's eye view of the battle here. Oh shit, did you see them go flying? Damn, I noticed my avatar settings are a little fucked up. I'm playing on like my other game, DayZ, and so it's got weather and stuff. It's turning nighttime on me, which is why I'm going black, so my excuse me. Every time I start streaming, I gotta burp 1,000 times. My character, that's why my character's going dark, so my green screen might not be perfect this time, but it's all good. I don't know why they haven't given up. They got no chance. Look at the way this this archery is set up. They got no chance to even make it to that wall over there. And I got those guys in a shield wall blocking. There's another W. Alright, that's pretty much all for this episode. Let's check out the numbers here. Only 5 losses versus their, 800 and something. Alright, well thanks for watching. This is pretty much the end of the video. So tune in next time. I got this Spartan video coming up where I take 300 Spartans and I wage war against Finlandia. So that's the one where we're going to see the full power of the mods. And then I'm going to do that mod and config video, behind the scenes type thing, where I could show you kind of how to get one of these started for yourself. Look at this weird guy. What's going on here? But anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. If you got any suggestions or any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Oh, hang on. Okay, yep, this is where the end happens. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.